What is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be doing a tier list of the best free cards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. And we've got like 70 cards here on this list. Now, it's important to note, a guy like Jabari Smith Jr., a way easier grind than a guy like Alonzo Mourning. But we're just going to be ranking them on how good they are, how, time valuable they are. We're going to be talking about that. But again, I'm going to be ranking them on how good they are for you and your respective squad. Now, before we dive any further into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. So the first thing I'll say on this is, man, I'm really glad, really happy with all the free cards we have in my team. There are some reasons to be complaining in my team. I'm not going to say everything is perfect, but the amount of free cards we have is really, really solid. Now, Alonzo Mourning, how do you get him? He is your 100-win triple threat offline reward. Now, do I personally have him? Yes. Is that a lot to grind? Yes. So two things can be true. Alonzo Mourning's good. I have him, but he's also a long grind. If you want guys that can compete with a guy like Shaq, Alonzo Mourning's a really solid option. Okay, that's just the truth of the matter. He is. When I've, played against Shaq, Alonzo Mourning's been able to hold it down. Now, is he as good as Shaq? No. Okay, that needs to be known as well. But Alonzo Mourning, really, really solid. He has a decent enough three ball that you can green with it, but that release is pretty bad in my team. Tubby Walker up next. How do you get him? Well, I think he's going to be the salary cap reward after Joakim Noah. So first salary cap reward was Brent Barry, and then obviously we see Joakim Noah. I think our last one is going to be Tubby Walker. Now, do I think Tubby Walker is great? No. I'm really not a fan of Tubby Walker in my team. I mean, if you look at his stats, badges, what does he really give you on the court? Not much. Antonio McDyess, he's a garbage man. If I see a guy on this list that cannot help you out, they're going to be a garbage man in F tier. That's exactly where Antonio McDyess belongs. He can be a card collector helper, but that's about all he gives you on the court. Bradley Beal up next. I'm going C tier for Brad Beal. Here's the deal, guys. Brad Beal is just undersized. I don't mind him as far as an overall card. I think he's fine. But his release, it's green. It's really easy to green, but it's on the slower side of things. And then from just top to bottom, I just think there are other shooting guards that can help you out a little bit more. Brandon Roy, S tier. I don't necessarily love the release of Brandon Roy as of now. Again, I literally just got him yesterday. Go watch the Brandon Roy gameplay. It's uploaded on the channel. But do I love him? I mean, he's really good as an overall card. I don't love that release yet. Compare his defensive stats to a guy like Devin Booker, and you're going to figure out why Brandon Roy is so hyped up in my team. Also gets a lot of total badges. I really do like Brandon Roy. How good is he? I don't necessarily know. I'm putting him at an S tier for free cards, though. No questions asked. Brent Barry up next. I think Brent Barry's a perfect guy to put in B tier. Look, he is not horrible. But with that being said, is he great? Is he a guy like I'm like, yeah, you guys should grind salary cap for? I mean, I don't know. He's fine. He's a great like 3-and-D option. But his release is kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of like a set shot. Not that it's slow. It just is a kind of a weird release in my team. It's fine. You can use Brent Barry, have success with him, but I do not love the card. Bruce Bowen, a card I really do rate highly. Right up there at A tier with Alonzo Mourning. Perfect 3-and-D option. So what I just said about Brent Barry is all true, but Bruce Bowen is a way better defensive player than Brent Barry, and it's not particularly close. So again, these are things that you guys do need to take into consideration when building your squads, or honestly, not even building your squads, just deciding what grinds are worth it. So like, is Bruce Bowen worth grinding for? Well, I mean, to be honest with you, he's one of the best rewards we have in my team. Now, is that worth you grinding? What is it, clutch time for? Again, that's totally up to you. But I do not grind. I don't necessarily regret grinding for Bruce Bowen. The problem is, I got Grant Hill and Scottie Pippen on my account. So does he play over those guys? No. Do like Bruce Bowen, just not quite there. Bryant Reeves, Big Country, he's not quite F tier. Okay, he's D tier. The card's not great. I don't love him, but he is definitely not F tier because he at least gives you a big body on the court. Like Antonio McDyess doesn't even give you that. Big Country does give you a big-bodied player on the court. Again, pretty limited on what he can do as far as an overall player in my team. But again, he can at least give you some things on the court. I'll put him at D tier. Byron Scott fits that mold as well. I mean, Is Byron Scott overall great? No, because he's an undersized 2 in my team. But if you need a guy and get him for free, he can shoot the ball decent and at least give you something on the court. That's the big thing. If somebody gives you something on the court, they can't be F tier. Like, if I look at this, right? What does Antonio McDyess give you on the court? Nothing. He's an undersized big in my team. I know defensively he might not be horrible, but he's not good overall. Cam Whitmore up next, A tier. I love Cam Whitmore. And honestly, the grind for Cam Whitmore compared to Bruce Bowen, Brandon Roy, and Alonzo Mourning is so short. So as far as worth it grinds, he's S tier. Cam Whitmore is an S tier worth it grind. As far as an overall card, A tier. Cam Whitmore, absolutely outstanding. CP3 at the point guard position, I'm putting it A tier as far as free cards in my team. Here's the deal. He's not going to be the most eye-opening card because he's an undersized point guard that doesn't have the best release. But when you look at it for Chris Paul and me, and the way I look at it is I look at it like this, right? He plays decent defense. He handles the ball well. His layup package is good. As just far as an overall free card in my team, who else is going to be better at the point guard position? Maybe De'Aaron Fox, and that's it. Craig Hodges, man, I got to put you at F tier. Look, you did complete a challenge for me. So are you completely worthless? I don't know. I got to put you at F tier, though. Your release is horrible. Your 3-ball is not bad, and honestly, your badges aren't bad. But as far as an overall card, you are F tier. Coutinho Mobley up next. I'm going to put him at D tier. The problem with Coutinho Mobley is to get him, you got to have like 5 Rockets players and go into a clutch time game, I think, which most of you guys watching this don't even have 5 Rockets players. It's just kind of a setup mission. I'm putting him at D tier just because of that. Damon Stoudemire up next, F tier, undersized at the point guard position. I'm sorry. He's a garbage man. Gives you nothing on the court. Absolutely nothing. Daryl Griffith up next, right with Bradley Beal. I'm sorry, Daryl Griffith. I know you're a Ruby, but you kind of stink in my team. You're one of the, like... Okay, when you think of the token rewards, why is it that the Sapphire token reward is better than the rest? And you know what? I'm just gonna skip to it because I'm already mad. Okay, Franz Wagner is better than Daryl Griffith, and that's sad. I'd borderline put Franz Wagner A tier. I like him that much because his height is really, really good at that small forward position. And then wherever Tom Googs is, Gugliotta, he is C tier. I'm sorry. Googs is not as good as Franz Wagner. Think whatever you want about it, but that is the truth and of the situation of the matter. I don't make the rules. That's just the facts. Next up, David Wesley. He's a garbage man, D tier. I'm sorry. If you use David Wesley, you know what I'm talking about. It makes me so mad because the Dwayne Wade base used to be so good in my team, and now it is absolutely horrible. David Wesley, I don't want to say is unplayable, but he's borderline unplayable. That release is garbage, and he just doesn't give you much else on the court. De'Aaron Fox isn't bad. I'm going to throw De'Aaron Fox at A tier. I don't have him. I mean, I'm slowly grinding domination just for the MT, and just for the sole fact of it's like the last thing I had to grind. But as far as De'Aaron Fox is concerned, I don't hate him. I don't love him. He's A tier, though. I have a love-hate relationship with him. Derek Fisher up next, D tier. Is it crazy that Derek... Nah, he's got to be F tier. I mean, with the duo, he's not that. I'm going to put him at D tier just for this. Derek Fisher is the first card you guys get when you enter my team, and he's free. And just for that, guys, I'm putting him at D tier. You guys, again, don't have to love this tier list, don't have to agree with it, but I do think Derek Fisher isn't that bad in my team. Desmond Bane, he is collector level. Some people argue he's not quote-unquote free, but he's really easy to get, 50 cards. And again, if you get most of these guys in the agendas, you're going to get Desmond Bane super easy. Now, is Desmond Bane absolutely elite? Yes. And if you don't agree with that, man, you guys, honestly, if you don't agree that Desmond Bane deserves to be an A tier, you guys can click off the video because Desmond Bane is absolutely elite at the shooting guard position. Am I saying he's good as Brandon Roy? Am I saying he's as good as Devin Booker? No. But honestly, he helped me get through so much of this game that, again, I absolutely owe him for the rest of the year because he was so good for me when I didn't have the Devin Bookers of the world. Desmond Bane absolutely carried me. Dylan Brooks up next, A tier. If you don't know about Dylan Brooks, you don't watch the No Money Spent Squad series because he gets the job done. Forget Devin Booker. Forget, honestly, Brandon Roy. Dylan Brooks, for as easy of a grind as he is absolutely elite, absolutely incredible. And when you talk about worth it grinds in my team, Dylan Brooks is one that's at the top of my list. He is absolutely worth the grind in my team. Eric Gordon, F tier. You don't do anything on the court at all. You're undersized at the shooting guard position. Your release isn't great. F tier. Eric Snow, D tier. No, honestly, I'm going to put him at C tier. Look, if you look at Eric Snow, he's better than David Wesley. I know his 3-ball is low. I know this, I know that, but he's going to defend. He's going to get you some stops. I mean, again, it's just all about putting things in perspective. And when I put things in perspective with Eric Snow, I know offensively he's pretty limited, but on the defensive end of the court, he's going to get you stops. Grant Williams up next, undersized at the 3. I'm putting him at D tier. I just don't see it with Grant Williams. He's actually a card that I do have. I did grind for him, but I've never used him because what is intriguing about Grant Williams? Can you tell me? I don't even know what his release is like this year. All I can tell you is last year, his release was absolutely horrible. So maybe it's improved this year. I don't really know. He's C tier for me. Gus Williams up next, C tier. I mean, I got Gus Williams. I've used him, but the card's just not great. He does have Dimer, which, you know, for some challenges can be helpful. Like if you need 3s with a play or something like that, his Dimer can be helpful. His defense isn't bad. He is C tier though. Horace Grant up next. I mean, I guess... Look, I'm sorry, Horace. You're going D tier. You're 6'10". You can't shoot. I really wanted to put you at C tier, but I can't. I physically can't do it with as bad as you are in my team. Isaiah Jackson, another card I really don't like. I'm putting him at D tier. I'm sorry. If a card is as bad as these guys are, they're not getting respect from me. You guys can go watch, you know, a guy that's going to respect him. I'm not. Isaiah Mobley, somebody said he's underrated. He's 6'8" at the power forward position. I mean, I'm sorry, Isaiah Mobley, but you're 6'8" at the power forward position. I know you got the Kobe base, but do you really do that much on the court? No. D tier is where you belong. Isaiah Ryder up next, 6'5", bronze 6. I mean, I'm going to go C tier. I have him. I've not used him. Am I excited to use him? No. I just don't see what Isaiah Ryder does that great. Co-op, if you like playing co-op, play it for fun. Don't play it for Isaiah Ryder. Jabari Smith Jr., A tier. One of the best and most worth it grinds if you are just starting the game. Probably the best and most worth it because it's hard to get good bigs in my team. It really is. My team right now, the point guard position and the center position are the hardest positions to fill if you are balling on a budget. Now, yes, if you have Shaq, if you have Ben Wallace, even if you have Alonzo Mourning, you are okay. But those are all long grinds. So until you guys can get those cards, I definitely recommend picking up Jabari Smith Jr. Card is absolutely outstanding. As far as big men are concerned, is one of the best overall stretch bigs in my team. The best. One of the best, at least I should say. Jamario Moon, I mean, I've used him a little. He can dunk the ball well. He's not totally worthless. I'm going to put him at D tier. Don't love the card. Not totally worthless. Jarvis Hayes, it's going to be surprised a lot of people. C tier. Look at Jarvis Hayes' stats and badges. For gold players in salary cap, other type of modes, he's absolutely elite. C tier is where I'm putting him. That's where he belongs. Joakim Noah. I actually like Joakim Noah and respect the card. I'm going A tier. I know he's probably not worth it for the average player. But again, we just talked about the center position being pretty weak for no money spent players. Joakim Noah might be worth it for a lot of you guys going and picking up. Now, again, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but that's just the reality of the situation. John Collins, I don't like you. You're going to go C tier. And it's crazy that John Collins is C tier because he can actually stretch the court, and stretch bigs are valuable right now in my team. But if you look at John Collins, he is not good as an overall card. If somebody is running John Collins, I'm not scared. The card's release stinks. Defensively, he's not good. He's just not a good overall card. Jordan Clarkson up next has a decent release. I'm going to put him at D tier. Don't love him, but again, he's okay enough for you guys just starting the game. Jordan Poole is actually not that bad. He at least can make some plays. Decent enough release. I'll go C tier with JP. If you are a Jordan Poole fan and want to run him, you can. I mean, he's not that bad in my team. He's not like unusable. Jordan Walsh up next. We're going A tier. Again, one of the most, I don't want to even say underrated cards in the game because he is respected, but a card that can compete at all levels. You want to have the best, I'll say this. He's one of the best 30 or 40 cards in the game. Jordan Walsh is. Can knock down shots, plays good defense. His rebounding is a little low to play him at that 4, but I really do like Jordan Walsh from top to bottom in my team. Julius Randle up next. Card I really do like. He is your unlimited reward. So again, you have to grind unlimited for him. A lot of people don't want to do that. But Julius Randle really solid. Played in my squad just until the other day. still could play for me. He is a cheese ball, especially with, you know, some of those post spins, especially if he's up against a guy like Jabari Smith Jr. Can be a cheese ball, but I'll go A tier with him. Keegan Murray up next, C tier. I can't put him at B tier because a guy like Franz Wagner is way better than him, but he's fine. If you get Keegan Murray and you want to play him, he can at least hold it down for you guys on the court. Next up, guys, Keith Van Horn. Some people like him because of his size, so I guess, I don't know, man. I'm going to put him in D tier. I mean, I could be wrong on Keith Van Horn, and if I am, you guys can tell me, but I guess he's fine. With the duo, he's probably okay. Without the duo, can't really sit there and hype him up. Kevin Duckworth, he's tall, lengthy. I mean, I guess I'll throw him at D tier, but doesn't do too much for you on the court. Emerald KG, I mean, shoot. This card stinks. I mean, he absolutely stinks. I guess because he is an easy free card, I'll go D tier, but he stinks. Kevin Martin, I don't even love Kevin Martin. He's C tier too. I mean, I'm gonna move Isaiah Ryder up. I'm going to. You guys don't have to agree with this, but when I'm looking at things, Isaiah Ryder is better than Kevin Martin. I got no doubt in my mind on that. And I'm also gonna move Tom Gugliotta up. I don't like him, but because of the way he can dunk the ball, I feel like that ultimately is where he does belong. Tubby Walker, I guess I got to move up as well. I don't love Tubby Walker, but I do think he's deserving of B tier. My C tier was just getting a little overwhelmed, and so I had to move some cards up. Emerald KP up next. I'm going to throw Emerald KP at B tier. I know you guys are probably irritated. Ty, he still's got 25 speed. Ty this, Ty that. Look, I know that, but he's a stretch big that is tall. He's 7'3", a stretch big, 10 silver badges. I think he's better than a guy like John Collins. I definitely do. And is he going to get mashed by Shaq? Absolutely. But for, you know, a starter team, he is not that bad in my team. Next up, guys, we do see Kyrie Irving. I mean, is there ever a doubt where Kyrie belongs? One of the best overall cards in my team. S tier, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. At the point guard position, there's nobody on the same level as Kyrie right now. You can debate Jason Kidd. You can debate Damian Lillard. I don't really care. There is nobody on the level of Kyrie Irving. It is that simple of a math equation. Magic Johnson up next. I mean, I'm going to throw him in B tier. Some people really like Magic at center. Me? Nope. I do not like it. I've tried using him, and again, I know he can be cheesy with the burst. I know he can do some things for you. I do not like him. He is B tier for me. Malachi Branham up next. C, D tier. I mean, what does he do? He's undersized at the 3. I think he's 6. Honestly, I think he's 6'3". So if you want to type up Malachi Branham, do what you got to do. I am not going to do that. Marcus Smart up next. Marcus Smart is really good, guys. Like, Marcus Smart is A tier good. And you guys, again, a lot of people are like, what's how he's undersized? I know he's undersized. His defense is immaculate. His release is good. I wish he could play point guard. He might be S tier, but even at the shooting guard position, still A tier. Matt Barnes, you guys know as well as I do. Matt Barnes is elite, A tier. Release, unlike any other player in my team. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. He's got the best release on this tier list. He does. Straight up and down, super quick, easy time, easy green. A tier for Matt Barnes. Matthew Dellavedova, this one might surprise you guys, B tier. He's going to defend for you guys. His release is one of the most broken releases I've seen in my team. But guess what? He's going to play good defense for you. He's going to get you stops. That's why Matthew Dellavedova is B tier. If you need a budget point guard, he can definitely do that for you. Max Christie up next, C tier. I don't think he's horrible, but do I think he's great? No, C tier is where he belongs. Max Strus, I'm going to go D tier. He's way too undersized for my liking at all. Mike Miller, A tier. Here's what I'm going to say about Mike Miller. He's borderline S tier. If you are just starting the game, there is no better card to grind for than Mike Miller. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. For all the hype that Kyle Korver gets, I think Mike Miller is just as good as Kyle Korver. I know that's an unpopular opinion. That's my opinion, though. Mike Miller, A tier. 6'8" shooting guards, a cheese ball. Mo Williams, D tier. Mo Williams kind of stinks. Pau Gasol, A tier. I haven't used Pau Gasol, and I haven't really played against him yet because he is your all-time domination reward, which, again, is tough to get in its own right. But if you do get Pau Gasol, I'd be using him right now unless you have Shaq and Ben Wallace. Robert Horry up next. A card I never really saw it with. I'll put him at C tier. For me, I never thought he was worth getting. That's just my opinion on things. I mean, he was mid overall. You can use him if you want to, but I think the card overall leaves a lot to be desired. Robert Pack up next. I'm gonna put him at C tier. Some people really use and like Robert Pack, so I guess C tier is where he belongs. Sam Miro D tier. Sam Miro's got a high 3-ball, but his release is broken and he's just not worth the grind. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, there are so many. I'd rather get just grind for Matthew Dellavedova than Sam Miro. Sasha Vujacic, Chicken Man B tier. He's got one of the best releases in my team. Is he great? No, but he is Chicken Man in my team. Thad Young, D tier. I'm sorry, Thad Young's pretty bad. Thiago Splitter, F tier. Card stinks. Tim Hardaway Jr., A tier. If you are lucky enough to get Tim Hardaway, or not Tim Hardaway Jr., Tim Hardaway in the Ascension, you've got a really good point guard. I'm just being honest with you. You got I wish I got him on my No Money Spent squad series. I don't, but he would definitely play for me over, you know, a guy like Matthew Dellavedova. Tree Rollins, he's at least tall. I'm going to go D tier with him. I don't love him, but at least he's tall. Victor Oladipo, I'm sorry. He's probably A tier. They need to make Victor Oladipo better or make him able to play point guard. I just don't get why Victor Oladipo, for being your ultimate salary cap reward, you got to get Joakim Noah, you got to get Brent Berry, and then I think Tubby Walker is going to be your last salary cap reward. They've got to give Victor Oladipo point guard position. Without it, guys, he is not very good. With it, he's still not going to be better than Kyrie. So I don't see why 2K wouldn't give him that point guard position. Vlade Divac up next. Card's not that bad. Because for Vlade, his release is actually pretty good. I know his 3-ball is not high, anything like that, but card's not that bad in my team. Wally Zerbiak up next. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I'm putting him in B tier right there with Brent Berry. World Be Free, I got to be honest with you guys. I haven't used him. So I don't know. Some people have been hyping him up. I'm going to throw him at A tier, but I don't know on World Be Free. I've not used the card. When I look at World Be Free, right, I think the card is fine. Overall, really solid. Defensively, not great. It's going to come down to that release, which I do think should be pretty good. I'm going to leave him in A tier for now, but he's a card I'm unsure about as it stands at the current moment. That's gonna wrap it up. Got through these cards relatively quickly. I did want to kind of go through and explain, you know, where they're from, are they worth getting, all those types of things as well. If you guys do need help building your squad, I would definitely look at this tier list and then look at how long the grinds are going to take. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.